Hi, I'm Tim Halloran, and I want to demonstrate the VBLANK modification for the Model I TRS-80. That computer there. The small example program in the TRS 8-bit article just animates a line up and down. You can see on a standard Model I that we get interference, we get sparkle in the text, and tearing in the animated line. With the VBLANK hardware mod installed, the software can tell the beginning and end of the vertical blanking interval, and it can draw during the vertical blanking interval, allowing for smoothly animated line up and down and no sparkle in the text. This mod isn't useful on its own. It takes software to take advantage of it. This was discussed in the TRS 8-bit article about the mod. I'll link that down in the notes below. Here it is on the real computer, but the video is so bad, that's why I used the TRS80 GP emulator. So if you downloaded the example program from the TRS 8-bit article and tried it out on TRS80 GP, but want to try it on a real Model 1 that you've done the VSync mod, I'll show how to do that. So I have a real Model 1. It's hooked up to a modern monitor through a composite cable and a little adapter to HDMI. So we're going to load the 500 CAS file into PlayCAS. Over on the VBLANK is the name of the program. Over on the Model 1 we do system, and then we just type V. That'll give us enough to do it, and we'll start playing the cassette. It'll take a while here. Now this Model 1 actually has the hardware mod, so when it's finished it will actually detect that and run the animation smoothly. The tape is finally finished. So when it comes back, we'll hit the slash and actually run the program on the Model 1. And you can see the VBLANK mod's detected and the animation looks nice and smooth. There's a problem you could run into. If you start up your Model 1 and the startup screen looks like this, you just get ready, you probably have a level 1. So if you type p.m and get like 3583, that means you have a 4K machine. Now that means that where I've set up the example program at 5200 won't work for you. So there's a comment in the code and you need to modify the assembly language to go to 4200. And I'm doing that, but you can't see because I messed up. So there we go, 4200, and saved it. Now we're going to run zmac --zmac on the program again. And don't forget to reload it into the cassette player. And this time we have to pick the 250 CAS. And just say it's level 1 because we're going to do level 1. Now let's go back over to the Model 1 and we're going to type cload, not system. And that's all we have to do. We can start playing the tape. Now this is going to take forever. I think it was somewhere around like 2 minutes. But when it gets done, we'll get to see the example program run. Now, this Model 1, which is level 1 4K, doesn't have the VBLANK mod. So as the tape finishes, we'll get to see it run, and the VBLANK is not detected, and we do indeed see the same interference we saw in the original video, even on a machine that's a real early Model 1. Finally, I got a little bit of decent video of the ray tracing demonstration that I showed at Tandy Assembly 2019. Now, this is running on a real Model 1 and a real monitor. It has the VBLANK mod installed, and in fact, we're seeing it. When you see the V in the middle bottom row of the screen, that means the software is using the VBLANK mod. I'll shut it off a little bit here in the demonstration. This is sort of like Wolfenstein 3D on the TRS-80. It's quite slow and not very optimized. Okay, VBLANK is off, so hopefully you can see a little bit of the graphics interference as the program tries to paint. This is typical of software games written for this machine that the VBLANK mod tries to address. Hopefully we'll click it back on, but you can still see the interference. All right, it was on for a second. Yep, there we go. It's back on. Smooth animation. Off again. We get interference. I couldn't actually remember how to control this, and I haven't looked at the source code. The source code's link will be linked down in the video description below. All of the source code for this is online. It's assembly language. Works on a 16K Model I. It needs the VBLANK mod to start off, although you could start it. You could modify the assembly to make it not need VBLANK, or to use the dynamic detection that was developed for the TRS 8-bit article. And we're back in VBLANK, moving around the maze. It had an auto rotate for the Tandy assembly, and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. Thanks for hanging out.